Let's make some bricks fall on these zombies. Yeah, there we go. Got two of them. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering, yes, I am going to reveal what it is that I'm picking up. You're probably you might have been like yelling at me to actually take a look at the stuff that I'm getting, but I kind of like to reveal everything while I'm at the back at town, or at least look at everything. If you don't like that, if you want me to just take a look at the stuff that I get, let me know. I can. But like I said, I really only pay attention more to the rare items than I do to the blue ones. I still look at them, but the ones that I look at right away are yellow, or rare, or legendary if I ever find a legendary weapon. On my whole first playthrough, I did not find a legendary weapon, by the way. Actually, yeah, I'm not ready to go on yet. I want to search. Okay. Go back up here. Oh yeah, by the way, because this is like a new channel that I'm starting up, I'm kind of needing to design some graphics, just for like the intro and the outro, I guess, if you want to call it that. If anybody is skilled in that and wants to be able to help me out with that, either by giving me advice on what programs to use. I'm kind of doing my own research right now, but I always like meeting new people that have different talents and whatnot, and especially artists. I really enjoy talking to other creative people. But basically, yeah, I want to be able to. All right, cool. I want to be able to talk to somebody about that and see what I can do as far as. Wow, look at that shadow. Did you see that? That's badass. Anyway, I want to be able to figure out what I can do as far as like. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I'll come back to this in a second.
Oh, minions, stay back! Back! May this wedge hold. The Skeleton King?
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
Not his flesh, just his bones, so, do something about that. Strip him of his flesh first. Give the man what he wanted.
I will aid you! Back to your graves!
Yeah, Hulk out, man. Right. Get blacksmith. Okay. Oh, go get this real quick. There's always something in this bookcase. Well, I'll get back to what I was saying.
Thank you, but why did you risk yourself for me?
Because you needed my help. Come, I must return you to Leah.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
Okay. Anyway, so
We must discuss the fallen star.
yeah, we
Follow
must.
me
Okay.
to Tristram.
Yeah, let's go back to Tristram. Okay, so what I was saying is that if you do have any of that skill, and damn it, we got another cinematic.
I have kept my word to Leah and rescued her uncle Cain. I pulled him from the clutches of the Skeleton King, who still holds the fallen star.
I think we're done with the cinemas. Are we done with the cinemas game? Okay. So just send me a private message on YouTube if you want, or email me. I think my email's on there as well. If not, I'll put it in the description. But basically, yeah, I want to get to know my viewers. If you've got any kind of advice for how I'm doing, or ways of you think that I could improve on this playthrough, definitely let me know about it, because I'm always looking to improve. And yeah, and if you can find any kind of or rather, if you can help me in any kind of way in terms of the way that my channel looks, like possibly design a that thing in the corner that has the title, like as far as like how that looks, I'd be really interested in that as well if somebody could help me out with that. I am kind of artistically inclined. It's just that I don't, there's a lot that I want to be able to do. This is only one of like 3 channels that I want to be able to do. So anyway, let me know about that, and then we'll of course see what we can do together collaboratively. Anyway, so as you can see, wow, that ended up being perfect, just about anyway, because I filled up my entire inventory. I do have some crap that I need to just sell, I guess. I don't normally pick up white items.
I've dug up some new things for you to take a look at.
Yeah, sure you did.
Got a right good bunch of things for you this fine day.
Okay, so I'm gonna sell all the crap. I normally don't pick up the whites anymore, just because honestly, I mean, you don't want to you can't really get much for selling items in terms of the gold that you get from the merchants. So what I found is that the best practice is to just pick up the blues and yellows, and I don't even sell these anymore. I actually, which I need to be careful because I don't want to actually accidentally do that. But basically, I don't even sell these anymore. What I do is I actually will go to the go to this that I'm not supposed to have unlocked yet, not at least at this part of the game, but you do unlock this later, so slight spoiler, sorry. But basically, you go to the armory, and you can basically salvage all of your stuff, and these are magic items. And what you do is you actually collect this shimmering essence, or I'm sorry, subtle essence at first, and then shimmering later. When you get to Nightmare, you can get shimmering essence. And basically you can forge better weapons whenever you're ready, weapons and armor. As you can see, yes, you can forge rare weapons and armor, but you do have to increase your levels by training, which costs gold. And not only that, but you can't progress further until you have enough pages of blacksmithing, which I do now, which is awesome. And as you can see, I've been collecting quite a bit of gold. I haven't been spending any of it because I've been saving up for this. So I'm going to go ahead and increase my knowledge. Alright, I'm a Grandmaster Blacksmith. That's awesome. And I can't train again until I get 5 more pages of blacksmithing. So I'm going to go ahead and look and see what I've got. I can make a bow now. That looks pretty good. Not that it really helps me, but it's just nice to know that I can make other weapons for other players, other friends of mine that I play with. Let's see, new quiver. Yeah, can make quivers now. Okay, cool. Let's see, a Master War Staff. And really, the only items that I'm interested in crafting as far as weapons are the ones that I can wield myself, that are compatible, or they give me bonus abilities. Like for instance, my witch doctor can use wands, or no, I'm sorry, not wands. What is it the witch doctor uses? Mojo, yeah. Mojo will, I mean, that's kind of like the passive, like the shield. You know, it's not really like a shield, but it's just a way to get more abilities. So it's kind of like a charm, I guess, that you hold, and then like what the hell is it called? I don't know. There's a weapon that you can get. I mean, for me, I just have a sword because I was able to socket it and put in. You know, it had a whole shitload of intelligence, which I get a damage buff with intelligence for this character. So that's why most of my items that I have equipped have intelligence boosting properties, or rather, they're socketed weapons and armor that I've socketed with a topaz gem, and that enables me to have a higher intelligence. And you'll be able to see by my details that I'm up 768% damage increased by intelligence. So there's a reason why I do that, and it's because it's amazing. I mean, you can do a whole lot more damage that way, and that's, you know, in case you've been wondering why I've been, you know, basically raping these enemies, is because I've had all these socketed items that I've been putting these huge gems in. Now, the thing about that, and I kind of have to backtrack about this to explain this. Whenever you're playing through the first time, you definitely don't want to. You definitely don't want to use the auction house, because if you use the auction house, you're going to end up getting these gems. I mean, if you think kind of like logically, after you're discovering things about the game, you discover, oh, well, I can get buffs off of these gems if I get gems. And look, hey, the gems are really cheap. You know, I don't have to spend a lot in terms of the gold currency. I can basically buy them pretty cheap and save up just like a few thousand, and I can get these really cheap gems. Well, you can do that, and as you can see, I did, and I got the biggest one that I could possibly get at the time, which was the square gem. I forget what it's called. I think it might just be called a square gem. I don't know. It's the one after radiant, because this is a radiant gem, the triangle one. Anyway, so what I did was I completely, you know, every socketed item that I had, I went ahead and I put in intelligence, except for my sword, which I put in a ruby gem, or a ruby radiant gem, or whatever. Anyway, so I completely buffed out my character with intelligence, and that's the reason why I went up to 768%. I was kind of in competition to my party members that, you know, were also giving themselves damage buffs, but, you know, I just kind of, I feel in a way I cheated, honestly. I felt bad about it, just because the game didn't really intend for me, I mean, at least like outside of the auction house, I mean, it's just really weird. I feel conflicted about it, because, you know, they shouldn't make it available to you until, you know, you progress to a certain point, I think, or at least, you know, I don't know. The way that they did it, it just didn't seem to be conducive to the game itself. Like, you know, unless you just totally didn't want to use the auction house until after you had, you know, done your first playthrough, which is what I recommend that you do. If you're going to go through your first time, don't use the auction house. It's game breaking. It can make this way too easy. And normal to me is already very easy, just because I've played through, or not played through, but played through most of Diablo 1 and 2. So, okay, anyway, so on to the items, and I'm sorry, I'm probably going to have to put in some kind of edit to skip to certain parts, you know, so to where you guys can just see, you know, what you want to see. But basically, a few things about this. Now, the lizard eye is like a new crafting material. You don't get it until you get to Nightmare. But you can use it to craft even better weapons, because the Fallen Tooth, and I should put these together so you can see, but the Fallen Tooth is actually one of those rare item crafting materials that you need, you know, before you can actually craft these. But basically, here's what I found.